Hello, everyone. Welcome. How are you? I can see I've changed my camera angle, so I'm going to mess around with this. Hopefully, it's not too distracting for everyone. Welcome for everyone who's here already. That's fantastic. Thank you for joining. I have with me Daisy, who is amazing and so good, and she's going to show us how to continue to show us how to make a block-based theme. So, hey, Daisy.
Hey, glad to be here again. It's going to be fun. We're going to
Cool.
start to make it look more like a real website, hopefully.
Super excited about it. Um, if you were tuning in last week, we had some audio issues, which I think I fixed. So if I have not, please let me know. Yeah, anyways, I think we can just dive right in. Actually, before I do that, let me just do a couple of housekeeping things. First thing is there is a repo where all this code lives, which is I just dropped it into chat. And if you ever need it, there's a command. Bang repo. My camera's doing weird things, and you can get the repo whenever you want. All the code gets pushed up there after each stream. So last week's stream, all the code that we wrote is there. You can also add issues and pull requests and all sorts of stuff. Locally, I am using the local application. Local, I think it's still called by Flywheel or whatever, but I just use it because it's easy. It's not an endorsement per se, but it's good. But you can use whatever you want. And then and we're using WordPress 5.8.3, the most recent, and the Gutenberg plugin. With that aside, I'm going to zip it and let Daisy tell me what to click on. So,
All right. So last week we got as far as creating a couple of templates and editing a couple of or like starting to put our color palette together, and also, what else did we do? We changed a couple of settings, global
yep.
settings.
Yeah, we added a
So,
couple of colors, a font, and then we set some stuff up. And I think I set it like an H1 element. We set it to have a background color and text specifically for that. But
yep.
yeah,
All right. So, where I think we could start today is, so switch back to your browser for a sec
sure thing.
so we can see what
Okay,
not
so
very pretty thing we made
yeah.
last week.
So this is a page. Is this where we want to stay? This is
I just wanted to
the
show that this is as far as we got. So
yeah, pretty straightforward.
we can see all of our content. Just the content. There's no header, no footer, no sidebar, no wrapper. So it's just there. This is about as basic as you
Yeah,
can get.
this is how I would develop and design a site. if I, but That's why I'm a developer, not a designer.
Who needs padding? It's all
Yeah,
good.
the information's there. Come on.
It is, right? All right. So what I'm hoping we can do today is like take this and turn it into um, something that has a little bit more appeal and a little bit more information. So we're going to add a header and a footer, and I think that's where we could start.
Yeah, perfect.
So moving back into the code, we're going to go into templates and figure out which template we're going to start with.
Cool. So in our themes directory, so the repository is set up as a WP content folder. You probably can't see that. I might just try to zoom it in a bit. That's probably better. So we have a theme called Twitch theme. So in here we have our templates, but we need a directory called parts, right?
We're going to have a directory called parts. Yep.
Okay, so parts. And then inside of that, header?
Header.html.
.html. Perfect. Okay. Oops. All right. Now what?
Do we want to throw the footer in there right away, or do we want to come back to that?
Oh yeah, sure. Sure, we can do it. There's a question in chat. I'm just going to. Sorry for the early interruption. So does this setting will get applied to all core blocks? Which setting are you referring to, Anoop? The things in theme.json in this file here.
So, well, we'll wait for him to for them to respond, but I would say, so last week set up the H1. So what that is going to do is set the default for anywhere an H1 is used. to
And there is a
be that
distinction.
color.
Yeah, so that's styling what an H1 tag looks like in the site, and it doesn't. I don't like. There's no block level setting for that, right, Daisy? So like if I just insert an H1 tag, put a bit of text, I will get it. The background color will be orange and the text will be dark gray. Has nothing to do with the settings of the block. So there's a bit of a differentiation there. I mean,
and
because we did. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Daisy. I cut you off.
I was going to say cascading takes effect. So there's this cascading just within your own CSS, but there's even a bigger cascading that happens from your user agent, which is your browser applying some kind of styling. And then there's WordPress's styling. So there's going to be some styling that's added by core. And then you start going into everything that you've added, either via your theme or ultimately down into inline styling. So if you have a default that's set on a block or on an element or whatever in your content, it's ultimately going to use what's at the inline styling. So if you override a default, it's going to be there in the code, and that will be what takes effect.
Right.
So
just to confirm, so this is the same block that's here, and if we go in the color, I don't actually have a text or a background color set. So that's at the CSS level. That changed, not at the block level. Okay, thanks, Newt. Awesome. Okay, sorry. So we were doing code. We were back into parts, and we were adding header, and I'm going to add a footer now too, right?
Yep.
Footer.html. Okay, sweet.
And right now they're empty, so they're available to us to use in our templates, but they won't do anything because there's nothing to do.
Okay.
So what we'll want to do is add some kind of block markup to these two files in order to display our header and our footer. And then in our templates, we can choose to add those in. So if you're familiar with classic theming, you would have registered a sidebar and then used a function to insert that sidebar or hook it in someplace in your HTML. Or I'm sorry, not your HTML, in your template files, PHP files. So where you would have like an index.php, somewhere in there you probably would have included your header and you included your footer, and depending on how your theme is developed. So
cool.
So
I just threw some random markup in there. Do you want to? Will it get automatically? Sorry, if I'm hijacking your train of thought, you tell me to be quiet and I'll stop.
So let's see what happens. So let's go ahead and let's call these. So typically, I wouldn't have us like writing block code manually.
Yeah, no.
This is an example where you actually can do it, and it's almost easier just to type it in.
Okay.
So if we hold on a second,
so should we just maybe show how to get the file included in your template?
Yep. Yeah, let's try that. So whichever template we want to use, either index or page. Probably.
Okay, so to get there, we're going to go into appearance editor, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then we'll pick. Let's take the template. Let's go to template. We'll take the page template, which I think is right. And now what?
And now go ahead and edit it, and let's get rid of that.
So we'll get rid of this. Oh wait, this might not be the right.
I don't think that's custom. Yeah.
I think you're right.
Well, what we'll do is we can take this code out.
Okay.
And like export it and then add it to our files again later.
Okay.
So that's one way of doing it. The other is we just go and we type in what the block code will end up being, which we could do both ways because we have two to add.
So let me just take a look at this. I think this is our custom page that we set up. It is. It's our custom landing page that we set up, that template. So that's why we're not seeing that. So if we want to edit what we're actually looking at there, we need to edit this one, which has just got all of this stuff. And this is... All right. So anyway, sorry. So what should I do now?
Okay. So we're in page landing. Can you go at the top where it says page landing and click that drop down?
Yep.
I'm seeing you just a few seconds behind what
Oh,
you're
okay.
actually
Sorry.
doing.
And
So
I'm kind of, I've had a bunch of coffee, so I'm a little click happy. So so I'll slow down.
just to let you know that. Okay,
Mhm.
browse all templates.
Okay. Boop.
Waiting for it to catch up now. There we go. Okay, and now we can go into template parts.
All right.
And those are the ones that we created just now, like the files that you made.
Mm-hmm.
So if you go in to edit that,
We'll just edit the
I
header
don't actually
here.
know what's going to happen because
Oh,
you put in just straight HTML in that box.
yeah.
But
All right. Well, that's fine. So maybe I shouldn't have done that.
The Slug has encountered an error. So
yeah.
let's go ahead and try to fix that error.
Okay.
So we might just remove that block.
Yeah, this is a classic block. Okay, so we'll just get rid of that. That's done. So clearly that wasn't a good idea. All right.
Well, it demonstrated that you're going to put HTML in those files.
Yeah.
But let's go ahead and start building our header. And we're going to build it. Let's do this one right in the editor. And I would start with a group. I like groups because they make everything like nice and contained.
Sounds good. What is this thing? Oh, that's interesting.
I'm not sure.
Some kind of thing.
Like a resizer.
Yeah. Huh. That's interesting. I've never seen that before.
No, that must be recent.
That's
we'll have
super
to
neat.
go find that PR.
Oh, and I think I lost my group blocks. Let me I'll turn this. Wait, I'll put in. Sorry, what is this?
Convert it.
Yeah,
it's a paragraph right now.
Let's see what I got going on here. Okay, group with a paragraph in it. Okay, I'm gonna remove the paragraph. Select the group. This list view is the coolest thing ever. It makes life so much easier when you're trying to find stuff.
And a cool little fun fact I noticed the other day, there's a little option if you click on one of your blocks in the list view. There's a little options drop down
that
adds all kinds of settings, which is like
so
super
much
cool.
easier.
Like there's so much you can do from the list view. You don't have to be on the block itself. So I think that's so.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome.
That's
I know
improvement.
Trying to find and get blocks selected is a bit of a pain point when you have really complicated nested layouts. It can get very complicated. So this list view is super awesome. Looks like we have a question. Hey, from the Larn, Thela Arn, the Larna. I'm gonna go with the Larn. Hey guys, I'm new to block-based themes. So using HTML files is the conversion with the block-based themes. I think you're asking, and correct me if I'm wrong. Oh, well, looks like Carolina's helping us out here, so maybe we don't need to answer that question. Yeah, use HTML files instead of PHP files for templates in the block-based theme. That's the short answer.
And that's the short answer. A slightly longer answer is you're not going to put PHP into your template files for the block theme.
Okay. Great. So we got a group in there. So we need to put are we going to put a logo in it?
Yeah, let's try logo. Well, you have your design, so we're trying to create.
Oh, right.
Design,
I have that.
Right?
I forgot about my design. Let me get my Photoshop open here. I'll just get it over to. Oops, sorry. I'll move it over to the screen. And so this is roughly what we're going for. No laughing at my silly designs, please. So this is our header. I was thinking that this little logo would sit here. We'd have a kind of this orangey background, and then this would be whatever the navigation is for the site. So nice and simple, and it'd be great to put like some social media links up there too. You know, all that kind of fun stuff. But I'm kind of open to whatever. So
before we start building it, let's talk about what I see here structurally.
Okay.
So, and then we can kind of have an idea for what blocks we actually want to use.
Sounds great.
So while I said that to start with a group block because I like to be able to move blocks together as a group when things get kind of big, it's not strictly necessary, but it's kind of a wrapper. So I like it that way. It's a personal preference thing. What I see here is our header that has two colors on it, two background colors. So we're going to have to figure that out. there are a couple of different ways we could do. We could like do a negative margin to pull the content area up and then add padding to make up for it. That's one way of doing it. Another way, because that color continues down below it, we could actually kind of like split it. Like, so down to the bottom of that logo image could be part of the header. And as Carolina said in the chat, you can actually do a cover block with a gradient background. So I think we could maybe do a hard line instead of a like a gradual gradient. We could make it like a hard.
Yeah, I'm up for
line.
whatever.
So we can try that. I've never done it in the gradient settings for
Sure
for WordPress, but there are some tools out there that you can use to build gradients, and that'll give you the HTML for it, which is kind of handy. And so you're not like, because there's like degrees, there are all these settings that are included in the gradient.
I mean, the other thing that we could do too is we could make the header the orange part, and then just use margins to like maybe I'm dating myself with CSS here, but absolutely position that within the thing and push it down with a margin or whatever. There's a few different ways to kind of get that done, I think.
There are, and I think for responsivity, that's not the right word.
It is for this stream.
Responsive,
go with it.
To make it responsive, doing tricks with negative and like doing those tricks could cause us some trouble later on.
Yeah, so we'd have to account for it and multiple breakpoints and all fun stuff. So anyways, I'm going to be quiet, and I'm going to let you tell me the best way to do this, or a way to do this, and we can mess around with it and see what happens.
So I'm going to have us convert our group block into a cover block, and then within that cover block, we will add your logo and your tagline or your site title, whatever that is, tutorial, whatever you have there.
So I've got this group block. I'm going to convert it. Wait. No. Oh, wait. Can I convert it here?
If you click on, so go back into that group, the little squares that are over each other.
These two?
Yeah, okay. The only thing you can actually transform it to is columns, so we can just
delete it.
That group and add a...
So I'm going to do this, remove group, and then I'm just going to do a cover. There we go. Okay, I think I need to upload that image, which I think is on
we're not going to put that here. This is just we're going to make this a gradient.
Oh, okay.
So you can just choose a color for right now.
So I'll do that color.
Oh, we have not. Did we add your? Oh yeah, we did. That is your.
That's the color. Yeah, we haven't. The background's not picking up the background of the site in here yet, but that's probably not something we have to worry about. So.
It's because it's set to black right now.
Okay. Is it?
I think it might be.
All right.
We set background to be black, I think.
Did we?
Or background is, or whatever that dark gray color is.
Yeah, is that the dark gray color?
Yeah. Well, text. Oh, so we have text and background. Background should be orange. Oh, that's just on the H1. So up at the top, background is the dark gray color. Text is white.
Okay. So it's not coming through in the editor here, but that may just be because I didn't queue the styles or something for it. But in here it looks right though. Yeah.
There might be some accessibility magic happening to make a contrast too. So.
Oh, okay.
For that placeholder.
Yeah. Oh, that's neat. Okay, so we've got this thing, and then what do I need to do? I need to add media, I guess, right?
Actually, do you have a site logo? Because there is a block for that.
Yeah, I do. So I'll just add a site logo block. Oh, this is pretty cool. And I'm going to upload my little logo that I have right here. Select that. Haha, great success.
Okay, cool.
Sort of.
And now we need to move that into the cover block. So if you open up list view.
Can I just drag it in there? OMG, that's amazing. That's so cool. I didn't know you could do that. That is phenomenal.
It's pretty cool.
It's pretty silly.
We might actually want to add we're going to figure out the best way to do this as we go along. And we might end up wanting a columns block here too, since we have things next to each other. that's an easy
Oh,
way
right,
to do that.
right. This is so neat. Okay.
Just for fun, while you're on the gradient. No, you're not, but that's okay.
Well, I can be gradient.
Let's pick one.
Okay, let's see.
Anyone. We haven't added our own yet.
Yeah.
But now let's make the angle maybe 180 or 0. I think those are the two horizontal ones.
Yeah, it looks like. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, that's horizontal. Okay.
And then can you get rid of these? Remove control point.
Remove all of those points. So just drag them over to the edge. Oh, you got it.
Yeah, looks like. Oh, sorry, you have to select them and remove them. So we really just need one, right? Oops. Can I not?
We need.
Oh, you can only have. Oh, I see. So does that represent the color? It must. We need to put them really cool, like
so
basically on top of
need
each
two
other.
colors. So we should. Once we've created it, then we're going to put it into your.
I see.
file.
Okay, so should we define?
But you see, we're pretty close there on it being a split color. It's got a little bit of gradation still. What are the options under type?
Just linear and radial.
Oh yeah, we don't want a circle.
Oh.
Oh, and then it resets it.
There we go. That's okay. So we got this sort of happening. We just need to get the colors in there. So should we define? So we need to define that gradient in our theme JSON, right?
Right. We will be doing that, yeah. But for right now, we just kind of have it as like this is hopefully what it's going to look like when we're done.
Give or take, yeah.
So let's get that paragraph. Let's get the paragraph out of there because I don't think we're actually going to put a paragraph in there.
Nope, we're going to need
our site title or tagline, whichever you wanted to use.
Sure, whatever. So
there's a block for each
site title. And okay, I'm gonna move it inside here. Well, I think we do need column blocks.
Mm-hmm.
So should I insert a column? Okay, I'm gonna insert a column block. So I'm gonna select this, insert columns, like that. And I'm gonna need like a 70-30 thing, I guess, right?
30-70, yeah.
And then I can move this into there. No, can I just drag it?
From the speed you can.
Huh.
Oh, maybe not. Mm-hmm.
I copy it and then
you can copy and you can do that.
Oops. That's not what I want to do. Ah.
Start with a paragraph tag.
Oh, there we go. Okay. So I inserted that and then I just hit paste. You can select both blocks and transform to column blocks. Oh, that's nice.
Oh, that's cool.
Okay. And so, all right. So I can get rid of this because I don't need that. That didn't do what I wanted it to do. I'm going to get rid of this one. And then I'm going to, I keep right clicking. I don't need to right click. Where'd that go? Copy. Actually, in the design, we just have a navigation block.
The whole thing there. You used the system copy instead of the code copy. Maybe you fixed it after I saw it.
Yeah. That's what I was. So if I paste that, I can get rid of the site title. Remove site title. Okay, so we've got that happening now. So
and using the tip that Nick put into the chat to select two blocks and then transform to columns block, then that would have been
way easier.
That would have been cool.
Well, we can do it
that way.
Hold on, I can do it that way. So if I grab these two blocks and then convert to columns, there you go. Way simpler.
I love that there's usually more than one way to do something.
Yeah. So can I don't use column blocks very often, but what if I wanted to adjust the width of this block, this column? Is that?
It's in the settings. So You might have to be in the column.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I didn't know the column. Okay. All right. Cool. So if I do like whatever 25% or 20%, nope. That's a little bit wrong. Okay, let's grab this one. What was I just adjusting there? Okay, so I'm going to say 25%.
And then both Carolina and Nick say that we could also have used a row block instead of a column block. So.
Well, I'm glad someone's here. This is great. Okay, so I'm going to make this one 75% to make that work. And then there we go. So now we've got this.
We want to align our text to the right.
Align this text typography. Did I miss it? Hold on.
It's under.
Oh, right there. Align right. And this is putting it in H1, so that's inheriting that background color that we set. That's why that's that color.
Right.
So
which you could override it here, but what we probably want to do is just not have it.
Yeah, I don't think we'd style our H1s like that. So okay, cool. So the other thing that we should probably put in here is a navigation. So I'm gonna put the navigation in here. There's a. Can I not? Nest. Navigation. Okay, if I copy this, I want to put it inside of this column. Can I just do navigation in here? Oh, there we go. Okay, sorry, it wasn't showing up for me. I'm going to just delete this one down here. Cool. So that's our nav. Just going to add all pages for now. This is looking pretty good. I mean, we got to get the gradient thing sorted out and some colors and like for links and things, but all right. Well, I'm pretty happy with this for now. Actually, before we in the navigation, if I wanted to add social media.
So you should. So there are inner blocks basically.
Social.
So
okay.
you should be able to add a new block and whatever is available right now. This is a feature that's being developed. So as we go forward, there will be more things that you can add to.
So maybe I'll just, I didn't put that in the words are not working for me in the design. So I'm just going to take it out for now and we'll just get this working and then we can get into the footer and maybe we'll put some, because I have nothing in the footer in my design. So maybe I'll just, maybe that's where some social media icons can go. We'll figure it out. Cool. So it's a little tall. So
it is a little tall. So let's see if we can figure out what's making it tall. It might be something in the cover. And it might not be something that would be completely available to us from the controls. So
so this is setting minimum height of cover. Oh, that's something I can do. I just dragged it close. And I set so
there's
minimum.
Probably a fairly tall minimum height, and there's a drag handle,
which is great. So because I want to have round numbers, I'm going to do 210 pixels, which is a number that I picked up. Okay, so I'm going to save this because I haven't saved this yet. And then these changes will affect your whole site. Default image CSS, that was why it was so tall. Default minimum height in CSS, okay. Header, navigation, select. Okay, I'm gonna save this. And then, now, how do I make sure that it's applied into this template here?
Well, what we're gonna wanna do now is actually get this code and get it into our file. And then we'll probably reset it back to default once we're happy with it so that it's not pulling from the database, it's pulling from the file.
Oh, I see. Okay. So to export, we were up in here. We were going to export this, right? I'm going to go show and finder in my downloads, wherever that went. Okay. And then
it's going to export all of the templates, but
so
we can pull out just the header.html.
Yeah, so this is what it gave me here. Let me see that. We've got a theme, parts, and then all our templates and everything there. So I just want this. So I'm just going to drag this into Visual Studio Code. I'm going to hide the little sidebar here. So this is everything that we just did, right?
And
now the back,
we also go ahead.
Sorry. The background gradient is going to be the one that we don't want, but we can adjust that later, right? Like we'll have to go back in and re-edit that to do it, I assume.
Yeah, it will. We'll edit that later. That's
okay,
not a problem.
I'm just going to paste that into our header file, which is just right here. Now that's in there. And then how would you? And then we should just delete all this. Is that what you're thinking?
Delete. Yeah, we actually can remove this here. We'll continue editing it, but we want to try to limit the custom where we can. But
okay,
if you're developing your theme on the same site where it's installed, like we are right now, there's a little bit of like build it, update the file, but you could actually wait until the very end when you have everything just the way you want and just export the files. Cool. And then install the theme. Carolina
made a very good point here. Because everything is nested inside of a cover block, we could probably just copy the HTML. Can we just copy it this way? Just use. So if I copy that, I click the copy button and I move over to here. I'm going to delete this and just paste whatever's in the buffer. So that's it does
the same thing.
Yeah. So that's a little bit of a quicker way of doing it. Now I don't. You could probably, you could do it this way, I would imagine, but if you have a bunch of top level blocks, like we had 3 cover blocks stacked, you'd probably have to do each one individually and paste those in one at a time. But that saves a step of having to export the whole thing.
Yeah, you could select all the blocks and copy too. That's the other way, because it would grab all of them.
That's cool. Yeah. Okay. Okay, so I'm cool with this. What's next? What do you want to do next?
We want to get this template loading into, or this template part loading into our template.
Okay.
So can you go back to the 2022 theme?
I can.
Yep. Do you still have that?
I do. It's get ignored, so you won't see it on your side, but
that's all right.
But it's in here. And what are we looking for?
We're looking for in parts, or actually in templates. We're going to look at index.html.
Okay, so here it is here. Oh, okay, so we're pulling that in.
All right, and so the very first line is the code for a template part block. It is a block. We could add it in through the editor, or you can type it in if you know the name of the block or the name of the template part, which we should. And it's just knowing the syntax for what it looks like. So we could actually copy this out and go over to our index.html or page.html, whichever one we were working on.
We're working on the landing one, so I'm gonna.
Oh, the landing shouldn't have the header and footer.
Okay, so we'll do page then. Okay. And we'll just drop that in there. So the slug is header. The tag name is header as well, right?
Yep.
And so that's. I'm just gonna put some.
It's the same. Yeah. It's because we named it the same file name. We didn't have to make any edits to it, and you could actually do the same thing for footer at the bottom.
All right. So now, do you have to? You don't have to define these in your theme JSON. Like I know there is a template. There was a template parts section at some point, right? These don't need to be defined in there. Like the header and the footer one are probably pretty. Anything else?
I have a feeling the chat's gonna tell me where I'm wrong here, but I think that the purpose of the theme JSON section about template parts is to show where within the site editor you can use that template part.
Oh, okay. So it's more of a mapping than a definition. Okay. Yeah. Okay, cool. So this is I'm gonna save this. Now if I come over to page template, which is just, I'm gonna use the default one. So I just changed that. I'm gonna update this. Now if I look at this, we should have a header. And the footer is probably gonna break. Oh, we do have a header. Great. And we have the HTML that I dropped in for the footer down here. So this is an amazing looking site. I love it.
It's very colorful.
Yeah, it's great. No, I'm being silly, of course. I mean, this is awesome. That we just put this together in about 5 minutes. Okay, but you can't tell at all. Okay, cool. So next step is you want to mess
gradient?
with? Yeah, let's get that gradient happening. So to do that, we have to do it in theme JSON, right?
We do, and so there should be there might be a gradient in there already we can work from, but I don't see one. So
no, we didn't add one.
Okay, so it's going to go in settings color, because what we're adding is a preset. And it's going to be called gradient, I think.
Gradients with an S, it looks like, according to the schema.
Okay.
Again, if you're working with this, put this line in. This line is going to be, it's so awesome. It just prompts you, tells you what you can put where and what's valid and what's not. So I believe gradients are an option, right? So we need to do gradient, which I don't know how that goes into the name, and then we'll need the slug. So I have a feeling, so what should we call this? Name will be like it's orange to dark gray, right? So orange. We should probably use better naming for this, to dark gray, and then orange. Oh my gosh! If this is your first time on one of these streams, get used to my typos. It's a thing. That's why my channel points are called typos. Orange to dark dairy, dark gray. Okay, and then how do you actually define a gradient?
So that is a good question. Let's maybe switch back to the thing JSON from 2022.
2022.
There's some in there.
All right, so 2022
and
JSON.
Maybe some CSS experts have this memorized. I do not.
I probably never will. Okay, linear gradient. Okay, so there's a bunch of gradients in here. So the gradient is linear gradient to bottom var, and then okay. So that's the syntax. I think we can copy that. I'm going to put it in here, and then in the gradient, it's a linear gradient, which we want to bottom. So the var. So we're in the color here again. So the color is dark
dash gray.
No, it's orange. Sorry, right?
Dark. Oh, say orange. Yeah. Sorry.
I'm assuming the first color would be the first one that we see, 0% var, and then this will be dark gray. And if you don't know where these names are coming from, because we talked about this in the last stream, so it might be worth, what did I do there? So it might be worth just kind of going over again. So when we define a color, so we have a color palette here, right? So it's got the slug of orange and the name of orange, and it's got the actual color definition. What this actually generates is a CSS variable with this format. Get out of here. So we have WP WP preset color, because color comes from whatever it is we're defining, and then we have the name of the color slug. And so any color that you define will show up like that. And if you want to see all the stuff, we figured this out last week, where you can, if you go to the body class, if you inspect it and go to the body class, you can see all of your colors that have been defined down here. So you can see we have all these presets that have been defined. Now a lot of these are coming from the theme themselves, like from core. But you can see that like there's a few things that we've defined. Like these I would imagine are the. Oh, you can't see it. Sorry. Let me just move that up there. I can get rid of this. And there. So if you're on the body class, you can see all these things here, right? And you're going to, and if you scroll down towards the bottom, you can see the things that we've defined. So we defined, I don't even know where they are right now. There's an orange in there. They're in there somewhere. Yeah, right there. So those are the colors that we've defined right there. And there's some fonts and stuff. Anyways, that's a long rambly thing. I'm going to put it back. Okay. Oh, that's interesting. I don't know what happened right there. Did I break? Oh, that's what Paul was talking about. Paul just told me I broke something. And what did I break, Paul? In the theme JSON, you lost a bracket. Okay, dark. Oops. Gray. After dark gray. Dark gray lost a. What?
Not seeing it.
I'm not seeing what the syntax error is here. Not to say there isn't one. So, got the bracket there. After dark. In the palette, like in here? Gradients. And just take this out for a second and see if that's the issue. That's the issue.
So
oh, that's what you're talking about. I'm sorry. Yes. Okay. Yes, that's what he's saying. That's what I'm missing. There we go. There we go. Thanks, everyone. Okay, so let's just refresh this and see what's going on. Okay, cool. So that was the thing. All right. So now we define this. So I guess we should go into here. Select our cover block. Pick the background color. Wonder if this is a caching thing.
yeah, that's what happened to us last week. So
Yeah, I'm just gonna switch over to themes. So this, go ahead.
The JSON file might be what's getting cached, so a hard refresh might fix it, but
yeah,
no.
Okay.
Because we're not versioning. A versioning somewhere along the way would probably help.
yeah, probably. All right, so let me refresh this because we ran into this last week where our changes were not being seen. Yeah, there we go. Oh, that doesn't seem right. Okay. So I think maybe our colors aren't right. There's something going on here. Linear gradient, 2 bottom var preset. Let me look at theme JSON again here and see maybe if I've...
There...
no. Linear gradient, 2 bottom, and that's the var. Preset color orange, 0%. Preset color dark gray. Okay, interesting.
It's not seeing the... so we're not getting a preview of it.
Yeah, so it's registering it, but it's not reading the CSS for it because they were only loaded in the iframe.
Yes, we have an iframe situation happening on these. So
this is a bug then, but I thought it was solved. Okay. Well, hold on. Maybe I need to let me just double check, make sure I have the Gutenberg plugin up to date. Oh, looks like there's an update. This is probably what the problem's going to be here. Oh, let's see. This is why it pays to update plugins. I'd forgotten that we had done a release there. Okay, let's try this again. I'm going to do a hard reload. See what comes up here. So
we didn't save. That's okay. No, it's still not.
All right, I'm just going to switch themes again just in case. I don't know why that would be a thing. It shouldn't. And we'll do a hard refresh. So we may have just stumbled upon a bug. Okay, well.
Yeah, Carolina suggested that we look in console to see if it's showing any.
Let's take a look here. Console. Don't see anything. Let's do a reload. Don't see any. Oh, hold on. No, I don't see any errors. Okay, so it's not getting, so it can't. So the issue that we're running into is, this is more of a question, I guess, is that this is not displaying because this is in an iframe. That's sort of the idea. Like that's why we're not seeing the colors in there. And then, I mean, I can probably build this out. Let me just, so I'm just going to try to bypass that bug there. Try the site editor instead of the template part in isolation. No, I can't do. Oh, why is it doing this? Okay, so we'll try the site editor instead of the template part. Okay, so I'll save this and is that what you were? Is that what you were wanting, Carolina? Okay. In the meantime, I'm just going to put these colors in manually, and then so we can kind of move along. And that may just be a bug that needs to be addressed. So we can do this, right? And then this color is going to be the dark gray, which I have defined on here. And put that in there. And then I want, we say 0, and then, oh no, yeah, that's right. That's super tight. Did I do that right? I did not do that right. Oops, I haven't reversed. Okay, let's try it.
If you make the angle opposite, does that work?
Yeah.
Like 180.
So I just, yeah. All right. So I'm gonna move this down, and then I'm gonna move this over. I'm doing this the wrong way. It needs to go like that, right? That's what we had kind of figured out.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Over a little bit. All right, let's compare that to the old Photoshop. Okay, it's pretty close. Sounds good to me. Okay, cool. So, oh wait, but I just edited this in the page header. Is that going to be an issue?
No, it's going to say, so if you save, it's going to ask you what to save.
Oh, okay, perfect. All right, so I'm going to save that. Okay, so we got this. And let's go back to the template part, right? Because that's what we're editing right now. And so we're in there. Okay, that looks pretty cool. I'd like to make this a little bigger. Image. That's exactly what I wanted to have happen. This is amazing. Did that work? I say 150. Done. Okay, cool. Can you see the grade in the code to copy into JSON? You have to say it. What do I have to say? Now watch it break on smaller screens. Make the logo bigger. I wouldn't be a client if I didn't want to make the logo 50% bigger. Make that blue more fluffy. I used to be an audio.
Want to see what it looks like on a smaller screen?
Yeah, let's do it. How do we do that?
Well, there are a number of ways.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Fair enough. Let's see. Let's get this. Let's go. Nope. Sorry. We'll go preview mobile, and then we're gonna preview in the tab. Guess maybe I'll just do it this way.
Well, now you have to use inspector or make your window small. That's beautiful. Not really. We would need it to. We gotta get rid of that background color, basically. But we always know that that's going to be the case. It's never going to look quite right once you move it down. But what I'm seeing here is not insurmountable.
No, not at all. This needs to shift up, and that we have weird background color on that. But the navigate. Whoa, there we go. I don't know what happened there, but that's the navigation. So there's some things, but yeah,
it's not bad.
Not bad at all. Okay, so let's get some things. What am I doing here? Desktop. And all right, let's get the navigation in place, I guess, right? So which I had. No, template parts. We're going to go to header. Yeah.
So
Awesome.
this would be a place where we could do some block specific styles if we wanted to.
Okay. Okay, so, well, all right. Yeah, how do you want to proceed? We should probably get the text the right color, the links the right colors in here. And then get, add some padding around this or whatever. Font size is a little low. Can I select that in here? I can.
Yeah.
So
when you select it at the block level here, what it's going to do is set it only here. So if we wanted to make it the defaults, then we would want to put that into our theme JSON. So if we wanted to say anytime we have a navigation block, these are the initial settings. Then
yeah, let's do that.
To the styles section of theme JSON.
All right, let's do that. So we'll go over to theme JSON, jump down to styles, right? And then is that done in elements?
If we want it to be specific to the block, so we would do core / oh, it's not elements. No, I'm sorry, it's going to be blocks.
Blocks, okay. So we're going to add blocks entry, and then core nav navigate. Oh, okay.
And now what do we want to put in here?
I want the color. I want the text to be white, which is we haven't defined it, but I know there is one in there.
There's
right?
A core one for I think that it's named white, yeah.
And then the fonts have already been taken care of, so let's just refresh this. So that looks good. Okay, but we want the font size to be bigger than that. So that'll be under typography, right?
Yes.
And so we say font size, and what's a good font size for navigation? 24 pixels.
Font, what
do you say, like 2 rem? Does it use rem? It does. That's too big.
We can use rem because it's probably defined.
Oops.
Yeah, so you can set what the unit values
right.
types are, but rem is, I'm pretty sure rem is one of the defaults.
So that looks like an okay file. I don't know. You designers in the room, tell me what you think. I'm gonna go with 1.2. Does that look okay? And then can we do? Oh man, why does it keep? Okay, this needs to stop. All right, typography, and then can we do like font weight? And can we just say bold? Can I just say bold on that sucker?
If it's included in your enqueued font.
It should be.
Is this a custom font did we already do that?
Yeah, it's an enqueued Google font, which we did in the functions file. So it's right here. I included all the font weights that I could find. So
okay.
So it'll just work. Cool. So we've got navigation now. It clearly needs to be up a little higher there. So what's the next step for that? So it's sitting.
Where do you want your navigation to live? Do you want it to be in the center? Do you want it to be under the site title?
Yeah, probably like over here under the site title.
So let's get it floated the right direction, aligned the right direction.
Justify it right. That looks cool.
Justify it to the right. There we go.
Oops, that's not what I wanted. Get out of here. All right, and so does this support like block padding or just gonna
under? Yeah, I'm not sure where things are at with that. What block you might have to be on the item. I'm not sure.
Okay. Oh, there we go. That's what I want. All right. So I'm going to align justify items to the right. Why did that do that?
It doesn't want to.
Doesn't want to do that. It's super odd. Okay. Let's get rid of this. Oh, sorry. I'm all over the place here. Get rid of that. See why this thing is...
Well, it seemed like it started to take and then it reverted for some reason.
Yeah, that was odd.
That was.
So I'm gonna... It's set. It's weird because when it's selected, it's doing it. Maybe it's just when it's not selected. And then I save that, right? And I'm gonna refresh this. It's still not doing it though. Huh. Okay. Well, interesting. Okay, cool. So anyhow, all right. Well, let's maybe we okay. So this is a navigation block issue, I think. If I wanted to select, I don't know. So if I go into the page list, yeah, there's no options there. Well, I can add classes, I guess. And then okay. So if I wanted to target this and make sure it's sat up high, like I guess the like probably the easiest way to do it would be to take the cover block and adjust the color like that to get it where I wanted it, right?
So there are a couple of ways we could do it. It depends on how much block nesting you want to do, but we could do a row, like do the columns and 2 rows on one side so that you could have, it's kind of like a little bit like an old style table layout though. So I don't know that that's a great idea.
Yeah. This looks nice. I'm going to go with this one. There we go. My big old face slapped on there. And this is, okay. So should we set, so like everything's really like super wide, right? Like should we set some columns? Should we set some layout?
So what we probably want to do is set a layout. So this is actually a very important thing in theme JSON, which we haven't added yet, is adding the layout to the settings.
Okay.
So let's go ahead and do that. So under settings, let's add layout. And then we need a wide and a content size and then wide width. And the content size is going to be like how wide your content area should be. And the wide size is a wide size. Okay. Is if you set a block to be wide, how wide should that be?
Okay. So I just pick some arbitrary values here, content size, width, wide size. And if I refresh this, you can see now we've got gutters on either side of that. If I refresh this, it seems to have done nothing. Am I looking at the wrong? I need to view this page. Oh, because this template doesn't show the content. This template that we're using doesn't. It just shows this. Remember, we just added. This was our original landing page that we then turned into. So maybe you need to edit that. I think
it might be set to full width, so that would make it stretch.
Right, but that block that we're seeing, that cover block's hard coded in that template.
Right. So we can go and adjust that template to be more like our page.html or index.html. Yeah. I think we did do one that had the query loop already in it.
Yeah. So we should, I'm going to get rid of this photo because it's doing weird things, but we add the query loop here. Add the query loop.
So a little shortcut, because we actually have a file that has it already. Why don't you navigate to the file? Instead of the editor. In index.html, I think we might have put it.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, okay. Oh no, there's nothing in there. It was in page landing.
Saved. Yeah, it might be saved in the editor, site editor.
Oh, maybe. Okay.
Expert. So if you go to those exported files that you did a little while ago, it might be in there.
Okay. Would it just be as easy? Like I've got this now. So should I just change the
change it
query
and
loop.
then get the markup from it here. Yeah.
Right. Okay. What? So I'm just gonna start blank. So
One thing to note is that when you build in the editor and you save it, it's going to override whatever's in the theme. So what we're building out
I see.
is actually in the site and not necessarily being pulled from the theme itself.
Right. Okay, cool.
Because we customized it. That's part of full site editing.
Yeah. Okay, so in our landing page, this is the landing page HTML that we have. So it's just basically this. So I'm just gonna put it into our page because we can replace the cover block, right? Save that, refresh this, cancel, no, go back. All right, and here. Okay. So this should now match the content that is in here, and it does. Okay, cool. So that's good. Sorry, where'd I go? The only thing is, so it doesn't seem to be doing much with our content width.
So let's check the blocks to see what their settings are in the template.
Oh, the temp in the HTML file?
Or no, right in here, in the editor, site editor template. Okay.
So template. Page.
Just to be sure that it's not set to full width or something, but I don't think it is because it would look full width on the editor.
Yeah. Remove query loop. I had this is in a weird half built state now because I took some stuff out, but I don't think there's no content in there at the moment. So okay. So I guess. How would I apply that class, to apply the content width to the content? Should it be getting applied?
It should be the default. Yeah, it should be getting applied. So it could be that theme JSON is still being cached.
Oh, this is probably what it is. Let's get rid of that. And then Twitch theme. And get rid of this, refresh this. Yeah, no change there. So that should be getting applied to, what is it? Should it be getting applied to the body class?
It should be, I don't know where it is. I'll be honest.
That's okay. No, we'll figure it out. It's fine.
It's in there. But it should be, so on body width, there should be a width being applied somewhere. It's probably a class though. It's
page template, page ID, logged in, admin bar, admin. Okay, so it's not, I don't know if maybe this is just, could it be because my header's in a weird sort of saved half, like that page template is in a weird half saved state?
I don't think so.
All right, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna copy this. I'm gonna save this. No. So here's a question. If you've got yourself in kind of a state, like I've painted myself in a bit of a corner here where I'm messing with this, but I've got a template. How can I make sure that the theme uses what's in my template file?
Yeah, so up in the more options in the upper right, I believe, in the editor. You should be able to, where is it? There's a way to revert back, like go back to the defaults, and I don't remember where it is.
Oh, weird.
So maybe it's in the list view, like in the main view. So from page, go to all templates.
Oh, sorry. I'm clicking around now. So templates, page. I go in here, browse all templates.
No, it's not there. If anybody knows it, call it out in the chat.
Okay. Well, it's clearly using the stuff. You know what? Let's check. Test. So it's definitely using my template. or right now, but for whatever reason, the content went. Now, wait a minute. Did I define the content incorrectly? Does it need to be? Is it pixels? Maybe I did that wrong.
Oh, you know what? It might just be the number. That is possible.
I'm going to look at 2022 and see. Oh, I'm scrolling around super fast. No, it's pixels. Layout, content, 650 and 1000. I'm going to change it to those settings. I know it's being applied because we're seeing it on
in the editor.
In the editor. Oops, not there. So if I go here, I take this thing and I make it align it. Okay, so it's definitely picking this up. Oh, that didn't picked up. Hold on. So this is an H1 block. I can set the max width to that, and this is getting that, but interesting.
So
okay,
maybe. All right, I'm thinking out loud here.
That's all right.
I love it when things don't go the way that you plan.
Me too. That's okay though. I mean, that's why we're here, right? We're figuring this stuff out. So site blocks. So weird. Okay.
All right. So let's go into a page, that page that we were editing the content for.
Go into this page.
The page editor.
Oh, the page editor. Okay.
So edit page. Yeah.
Wait. Sorry. Are we talking about the page template editor or the content
page,
editor?
The content editor.
Okay, the content editor. So that's this page.
All right. So click on one of those paragraph blocks. I just want to see what the settings are set to. All right. So where is it? Okay, can you open up list view so I can see all the blocks?
Weird that there's no align option for that. Or paragraph block doesn't want to be able to go full width, which maybe makes sense. Huh?
No, you should be able to set a paragraph block to full width, but if there's something wrong with our layout setting.
So layout, content size, content width, layout, which is under. Oh, wait, no. Oh, hold on. Did I put layout in the right place? Is layout at the top level? No. Settings. It's top level. Sorry, it's at the settings level, right?
It should be at the settings level. Yeah.
Well, it is working because when I select this block and I get the align option, I'm seeing the values. So there's 650 and there's 1000, right? Mm-hmm. And this is working.
And there we have one. Yeah, so that is working in the editor, but it's not coming through on the front end.
Yep.
All right, so let's go ahead and update this because you just made a change. Mm-hmm. And look at it on the front end.
Now, does the query, does this block need to be set aligned correctly?
It should default. So let's see if a width is being applied to that block in
the page template
inspector on the front end. Troubleshooting through someone else is very difficult.
I know, this is so complicated. Sorry. Okay, so this is the query block. Like, I don't see any widths being assigned. Should there be a class? Should there be a class that represents the width? Mm-hmm. Okay, so I wonder. All right, I'm going to try. I'm just going to load I'm going to load the TT1 blocks theme. And I'm going to load sorry, I'm just refreshing the themes here. And I don't see.
Now we have a couple of things that don't seem to be coming in correctly from our theme JSON file. So
Did I break something in the theme JSON?
did I thing to check?
Did I bust something in here? This all looks valid.
Yeah.
I mean, if the theme JSON was broken, the colors, like all these things wouldn't, like the majority of these things wouldn't work. Yeah,
yeah.
Like we would be seeing real issues. Look, CostDev found on the navigation issue, there appears to be a bug with the CSS. WP to block navigation. Justify instead of. Okay. So that's to do with the issue I think we were seeing with the alignment not working correctly. So if anyone's looking to contribute to Gutenberg, that would be an excellent opportunity to go and see if that bug exists already or that issue, and if it doesn't, create it. And then write all the code and fix all the things. That'd be great.
Or just report it would be a good starting point.
No, we have really high expectations for our viewers here. I'm just kidding. Any help is good help and qualifies as contributing for sure. All right, so
for sure.
I don't. All right, so if I hold on, let's try something. I'm going to activate the 2022 theme if I can ever find the tab, and I'm going to see what happens on the front end.
That sounds like that is the next step.
Okay, and so this is definitely getting some kind of, like there's something going on here, right?
Mm-hmm. But so, now that we have a width, let's see what's adding it.
Like block gap. Well, trying to see if there's like a class like it's created. Sorry, I'm spinning through this really fast. I don't see. Okay, so site blocks, main. Where? Let me just get this. So we want basically this thing, and then inspect this, and then no. So is this getting assigned? Entry content. There's the width. WP container. Yeah. So where is that class? That gets applied block group. Okay. So what defines?
It's a style in the load, so it's not coming in from a file, which I wouldn't expect it to. Not in line.
So right? this class here, it's not an inline style. Well, now I've lost it. Where did it go? What the heck?
It shouldn't be this hard.
No, it shouldn't at all. The width was just defined, and then I just lost it. Where did it go? Margin. What's this? I know. Maybe it's up here. Main. Top. What just happened? I swear it was one of these.
Yeah, it was up higher than that, I think.
Was it? Okay, so was it this class? No. Was it this class? Okay, so site blocks. So site blocks is that width. Header is that width. This is that. So WP container. I thought it was this container one, but now the width is seeming to be gone. That is so odd. Spacer outer 700. Where are you seeing that, Paul? WP container dash 700. So that is height. Wow. Okay. This is a little bit strange. Would that be in like this actual CSS for the theme?
We don't have any, so
No.
in 2022, no. There's there's very, very little.
So it's
CSS.
being completely generated by the blog, by theme.json. Okay.
Let's go. Okay. No, I don't think that's gonna work.
Select that. Grab this. Okay. Container. I feel like there's like a one of these kind of the sort of like the wildcard. Can you see that? Sorry, you guys can't see that. I have this zoomed in too high. I feel like the rule was something along this, like anything inside of this gets this. It's not that one. It's not this one. It wasn't here. I would imagine because all of these p tags. There we go. Max width 650. So
that's a max width, but is there? What happens if you disable that max width? Does it make it full width?
Yeah, it should. So that's it. So it's a wildcard thing. So this is a generated class. Clearly, it's a generated class. But where is it coming from? So it's coming from up here on this entry content, block post content. Now, is there something that, okay, so we know where that is. So I'm going to take a look. Okay, so this is the page. I'm going to look at the page template for 2022. So go in templates, page, and then block spacer, block group. So, okay, so there's nothing being applied there. I'm sorry, my train of thought is that, like, this is being output by the theme. So if I switch themes, I'm gonna go back to my this theme, and I'm going to just load this in a secondary page beside it. I inspect this. So this should be the place where it's getting that. And the max width is set to 100% here. It looks like is it being overridden by something?
Yeah, that is not the generated. So it seems like it's not loading. It's not loading it.
What is this? Is a UL tag in there? Where's the UL tag coming from?
Do we have some broken HTML somewhere?
Very, very possibly. Very, very possibly. Okay, so let's look here. Post.
Well, what's that test? The word test at the top. Let's get that out of there.
Yeah, I put that in there. So we got WP query, right? And then we've got.
Oh, the query would be a list, right? It's going to be a list of posts.
Well, yeah. Should it be? I guess it shouldn't be because it's a single post, right? So let's see what 2022 does. So they're just you know what they're using is post content block. That's what we should be using.
What were we using?
The query loop.
Oh, so they don't have a query on a single page.
No.
HTML. Okay, so let's do that.
I'm going to steal that. I'm going to delete the query. I'm going to put that in there. Layout, inherit, true. Okay, this is looking a little bit. This is seeming a little more. Ha! Great success. That was my reaction. Yay!
Today.
Yeah. Okay. So there are blocks. There's a block. Okay. So let's look and see. If I look in here now. Wait. I'm gonna go. Sorry. I'm gonna jump back to templates. I'm gonna go to page. This is the post content block. Okay. So this is exactly what we want. Inherit default layout. Okay. That makes way more sense. Awesome.
Okay.
Thank you for coming on the journey with us, folks. It was amazing. Sorry, it took a bunch of time. Yeah, so okay, so that is now our layout. So now if I come back in here and I say I want this heading to be full width, we'll make it max width 1000. And then I refresh whatever page that is living on. Now we've got that going on in there. And if we want it to be super full width, I guess this would be like full width as in all the things. Awesome. Okay.
So now all 3 settings are working, and we only defined 2 of them in theme JSON because full width is just what it sounds like, and there's nothing to configure.
So I'm just going to set that back to none. I think we probably need to make it. Oh, sorry. Oops. I probably need to make my content areas a little bit bigger, but we'll see. Okay, so that's good. Anoop, thanks Anoop. Anoop, I appreciate your moral support here. This is great.
We'll take it all.
Yeah. So there's about, okay. So I mean, I guess we still got another 40 minutes or so. But what do you want to do next?
I mean, the footer is just do the same thing over again. It's the same.
Go ahead. So what if we, okay, so do you want to do a footer then? We'll put the footer in. Yeah. So the footer is nice and easy because it's a single, if I remember right. I think I just have it. I need to put my Photoshop open here. So the footer is just going to be basically a solid color with some, we'll put a navigation block in there again. And then, yeah. What do you think? Is there anything cool? So we've done gradients, right? I guess. So let's do that. So let's get the footer in there and then we'll continue. So I'm gonna go back to my template parts. I'm gonna do this and you tell me if I'm doing it wrong. Template parts, footer. So if I just want a solid color in there, what's a good block for that? A cover block again?
You could do cover block, or even just a group block can do it if it's just going to be solid color. You're not going to put an image in there, and then
just be. Oh yeah, okay. So let's do. All right, let's try group block then. Group block. Can I just do a background color for this group block? Color background be orange. Boom, and then inside of this, I'm going to put navigation block. I'm gonna add all the pages again, and then I'm gonna do this. Okay, so instead of saving this, I'm going to come up here. Why is this? Okay, I'm saving this. I'm gonna grab the whole group. I'm gonna copy the group. I'm gonna come over to my footer file. I'm gonna paste that in there. Right, and then on my page. Oh,
we already did it.
We already did it. So we got this Slug for. Okay, cool. Now if I jump back over here, I'm not going to save this because we don't want it in the database. We're just using it as sort of like an assembly tool. I'm going to refresh this, and it didn't work. Slug footer, tag name footer. What did I do wrong? So if I go into this. What is this? This is just the page I'm looking at. Okay, so the footer didn't load. Navigation. Page template.
Are we using the page template? Like, is our custom template set still?
Shouldn't be. Let me double check there. I'm just gonna get rid of this. I'm gonna edit this page. This could be a caching thing, maybe again. This is the default template, which is the one that I was using. I just did make sure it's not the issue. I'll do that. So, wait, no, view the page. No footer. Okay, let's look. Oh, I know why this is happening. Do I know why this is happening? I think when I was editing in the page template.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna. What Carolina just said in chat is that if we saved it to the template, it's pulling from the database and not from the file.
So I wonder. So this I did not save in here. So this looks like it's getting that.
Mm-hmm.
So let's see.
So if you go out to the view all templates.
Sorry, I'm just gonna.
Oh, okay. If you're trying something, go for it.
Well, just looking for. Oh, so the footer's there.
So
right?
Are we not seeing? Did we
Footer
put
class
a menu in there?
Yeah, I wonder. Okay, footer slug. Okay, so in the footer, ref is 368. So what is that even? 3.
That was a specific navigation block.
Yeah, weird. Okay,
So that's the post ID for that menu.
Which makes sense. So I'm seeing it here. Like this is the page template itself. Right, so it's showing up here. If I save this, it'll just show up, I would imagine. I'm gonna save that. So this is asking me to save the template part of the footer. Yeah, sure. Let's see. And there it is. Okay, so it's there now. So now that's been saved to the database. So yeah. So again, if I wanted to come in here and be like, I don't want to use what's in the database, is that a possibility at this point?
So there should be a way to remove your custom templates and
clear customizations. Oh, that's clear customizations, but not. I don't have that option here for the.
So if there isn't anything there, then nothing's been customized. So try doing the same thing in template parts.
Here we go. So the footer, clear customizations. Clear customization. That's how you do it. Okay, cool. So we can. So this is going to revert back to whatever's in the file at this point, right? So.
And there's an indicator that shows you if you have edited it.
Oh.
And it's not pulling from the content.
Well, I lost the words are escaping me. The gradient fixes that we did there. So yeah, that's my bad.
File.
Yeah. So okay, cool. Well, take 2 steps forward, 1 step back. That's fine. So if I go into my header again and I can do this, I'm going to get the default gradient thing, and I need to get the colors out again. Too many files open. There we go. So I want the orange.
I really wish we knew why that gradient wasn't working.
Yeah. So
probably something really simple.
Put the orange in there, and on this one I need the dark gray. Okay, so I'm gonna go and do this. I'm gonna set this to yep, 0. Nope. 180, I think. That's what I want. Nope. I had it right the first time. Did I have it? No, I didn't. Did I? Yeah, I did. What am I doing? 0. That's better. Okay, so I'm gonna do this over here. Move this down here. So over here, this down here.
You want to camera me for just a second?
Sure.
So we've changed the order of the objects in the gradients. So Slug is at the end instead of the beginning. Everywhere else it's at the beginning. You want to try moving it to the top?
What are we talking about?
Okay, so so I will back up.
Team Json.
Team Json.
Okay.
So for gradients and actually also for font families, Slug is at the end of the list instead of the beginning. So I don't know that it matters, but
so sorry, you want it at the beginning or at the end?
At the beginning.
Okay.
I don't think it matters.
It probably won't. But you know what? I'm happy to humor you. Oh, oops, that's the wrong button. So slug at the top. That's not a comma. Okay, we're good?
Sure.
Good. Okay, go. So, sorry, what was... Oh, fix in JSON. Paul, fix what in JSON? Oh, the block? The header thing that I'm fixing? Is that what you're wanting me to fix in JSON? I think I made this thing bigger too. I did. And let's now readjust on the fly. Yeah, the gradient. Can you fix it? I don't think we can fix this in the JSON. It's probably a block setting. What am I doing? All right, I want this to be...
So we're talking about trying to fix the gradient in theme JSON because that was not working, like the preset.
Well, that's what you're saying. Yeah. So, okay. Hold on. I'm just gonna fix this and copy it, and then this is fine. I'm just gonna do this, and then we'll reload all the things. So copy that, and I'm going to reload this, and see if there was any difference. Doesn't look like there's any difference in the.
Oh, I think I see the problem. You spelled gray with an E in one place and gray with an A in another.
You didn't. I did not. I did not.
So.
Gray. Okay, let's try it again. This is why I need someone who's better at this than I am helping me along, because I'll just break everything. There we go. Oops.
Well, it's not quite right, but
gives us the gradient. So I guess we need to probably define. I have an idea. So I think what we need to figure out is there's like a zero, like this percentage value thing is probably what we need to figure out, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
All right. Well, I've just copied into the header. I've copied all that funness, and I don't know if it's actually a possibility to 33. All right. I'm gonna try something here.
And Carolina just said there are some hard stop gradients in 2022, so we can.
Oh, there are? Okay, cool. So I just stole the code, get it right in the editor, then copy from CSS. Oh yeah. Well, that's kind of what I just did, Paul. I copied what I had done, and then in the so this is the stuff that I just did, and so but this is the gradient here. So we've got the gray at 33, and then we've got the orange at 33 and 0 degrees. So I'm just going to take that as just like you suggested, and where'd that go?
JSON.
Yeah, plunk it in there. So 0 degrees. Okay, so I wonder if I can just do 0 degrees. That's not what I want. What do I want? 0 degrees, Ryan. Okay, 0 degrees. Save that. Let's refresh this and just see what it does. And then color. Oh. That's right. This is backwards. Okay.
180 degrees.
Yeah, so maybe I'll drop 180 in there. 180.
Otherwise, you'd have to switch the color variables around.
Oh, right. Which I refuse to do at this point.
Okay.
I'm just kidding. Okay, so that's way too high. Wonder why. Okay. So through trial and error, that's certainly possible. I think what I'm going to do is just replace the stuff in the header that I had just done. Oh no, with I have a clipboard with that. And then I should be able to refresh this, reload it, and hopefully everything just comes back and looks right. Yay, great success. What is this? Why is there a... Why is there what? What?
I'm not sure what you're seeing.
Here? Well, sorry, I'm seeing a white bar at the very top of my cover here.
Oh.
That doesn't seem. And then when I put it in here, now I have the background of the site is white. What the heck just happened? Oh, I didn't mean to say that. Cancel. Sorry, apparently my computer's about to lift off. I don't know what's going on here. Oh, don't save. Theme JSON. All right. Let me, because that's super odd. Oh, wait a minute. Stand by. Stand by. I know exactly what's going on. That's what's going on. Remember when I changed the name of the variable and didn't change it in all the places? That's exactly what's going on. I think everything's dark gray. Yeah. Okay. So that's it. Refresh. Done. Good job. Okay. Cool. Awesome. So we got a footer, which is a little bit ugly, which I can probably fix. I'm going to browse all parts. We're going to the footer. Don't know why it's doing that. So I wonder if I can do. I want to make it a little taller, and I don't know if that's.
You can.
I wonder if maybe a cover block would be better used for that.
You can convert that. Handles there.
Convert it to a cover, and then just do this. And then now I don't want to save this, right? I want to copy all of this. I'm going to replace what's in the footer, which is over here. And I'm going to do that. I'm going to save it. I'm starting to get the hang of the workflow. There we go. That looks fine-ish. Arbitrary. Cool. Okay. Sweet. Well, it's okay. So it's about 10 after 12. We usually stop in about 20 minutes ish, or we can stop anytime at this point, I think. But is there anything else that we wanted to dive into before we kind of call it a stream and continue next week?
I feel like we covered. This feels like a pretty good pause point
to
me.
Cool.
We got the header, we got the footer, we solved problems with Canadian versus US spellings.
Awesome. Okay, well, I think maybe Daisy, if you're good, we'll cut it off there, and we'll pick it up again next week for part 3, and see where it takes us. So.
Sounds great.
Awesome. Well, thanks everyone for coming, and looking forward to seeing you all next week. Talk to you later.